Nate, would you like to go now?
Yeah, I would like to move on to the aforementioned goatmen or sheepmen,
Shut up. Are we
sheep
going
people,
there?
if you will.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
we are.
Oh damn! Oh yeah! Get
Yeah.
into it. Bring us the goat. Bring us the goat.
This will be a segment called Ba Ba Bad Sheep.
Bad sheep. Segment king.
Have you
Yeah.
any ghoul?
Have you any ghoul?
This first one, I'm going to try to get to a couple of them. We'll see how many I can get through. The first one's from the Washingtonian. This is the Goatman, or his story at least, still haunts Prince George's County. The article goes on. There are so many variations on the story of the Prince George's County Goatman that it's nearly impossible to keep them straight.
Sure.
For some, he's but a lonely, angry goat herder who went berserk after finding his beloved goats dead due to teens tampering.
Oh, my goats. Oh, they've been tampered to death.
To others, he's in the same family as Bigfoot, a mythical beast that roams the earth. In perhaps the most bizarre tale of them all, the Goatman is the result of a ghastly experiment in the Beltsville Research Agricultural Center.
Dang.
The USDA facility has actually been forced to deny that one.
Now, what the fuck experiment was that? We want to make goats that can milk themselves. We want a goat that can drive a car.
Well, this is it comes up a little bit in the article, but in other stuff I read, it was a guy who was trying to like genetically modify goats.
Oh, he wanted Teenage
and
Mutant
fucked
Ninja
up.
Goats.
Got himself covered in that ooze.
Oh no,
and,
I'm changing.
Or yeah.
It does happen.
Insane.
Paranormal
Seen it 1,000
Preparedness,
times.
straight up. Sorry, Nate, but like if you can do anything you want.
Yeah, wear a face shield.
But if you're gonna be a mad scientist messing with that gene goo,
Don't touch the goo.
yeah, don't touch the goo. Wear everything you need to protect yourself. Because
Don't touch the goo.
don't touch the goo unless you want to be a goat man now.
Don't touch the goo. There's too many goat men. You heard him. We can't keep him straight.
Some own Bridges, some own Wendy's.
There is that one.
a variety of pastimes and entrepreneurial endeavors from the Goatmen.
You can always tell because you'll get like a McDouble, or no, sorry, a double stack, and it has like a frisbee in it. You're like, what the fuck is this? It's Matt dead.
The Goatman terrorizes lovers, chases teens, and decapitates dogs. He yells, squeals, and yes, makes goat noises. He's made reported appearances all across the region. He's inspired fear and fascination for decades, but according to historian, author, and Mark Opsasnik, the foremost expert on the Maryland legend, there's a canonical Goatman origin story.
Okay,
and it begins on Fletchertown Road in Bowie.
Hit me with it, man.
The first media mention of the Goatman came on October 27th, 1971 in the Bowie-based Prince George's County News. In the article, writer Karen Hosler took a deep dive into the University of Maryland Folklore Archives. She mentions the Goatman along with the ghosts and something called the Boa Man that also haunt the woods around Fletchertown Road.
The what? Boa
later,
Man?
Yes, the Boa Man, like Constrictor.
Oh, cool. Look
I
into
assume
that.
some sort of snake-wielding hobo.
Oh, yeah, he's man snakes. He's a big
Springs
knot
from
of
the
snakes.
underbrush.
He's like a snake king, you know?
Yeah. 2 weeks later, Hostler wrote another newspaper article with the headline, Residents Fear Goatman Lives. Dog Found Decapitated in Old Bowie. The article describes the search of the family, the Edwards, for their missing puppy named Ginger. Days later, Ginger was found near Fletchertown Road, dead and headless. The article connected the deceased dog with the Goatman, saying that a group of teenage girls, including the Edwards' 16-year-old daughter, April, had heard strange noises and seen a large creature on the night the dog had disappeared. It also reported the sightings of an animal-like creature that walks on its hind legs. These were increasing along Fletchertown Road. On November 30th, the Goatman got its first introduction to a larger audience thanks to the Washington Post. An article headlined,
He got to play Red Rocks. He got to open
Democracy
for...
dies in Goatman articles.
Got to open for the Flaming Lips.
I mean, that's awesome.
An article
Except for the
headlined,
murders.
It's fantastic.
No,
It's a great show, and at the end, the goat man tears the head off of a dog and drinks its blood. And
While
we're not gonna get that in any other show,
inside of a gigantic bubble on top of the crowd.
Yeah. He's
yes.
he's out of control.
An article headlined, "A legendary figure haunts remote Prince George's woods, identifies the young men who found Ginger, Ray Hayden, John Hayden, and Willie Geen." The Prince George's County Police are also quoted in the piece saying that the legend just gets passed on from generation to generation, and that they've been receiving more recent calls about Goatman sightings.
Sorry, Willie Geen, huh?
Yeah, there's an H in there too.
That's a murdering name.
It surely is. I imagine he cut the dog's head off after the other two boys tried to blow it up with firecrackers up its butthole.
Sure.
This is the 70s. I assume that's what teenagers did for fun.
Oh, absolutely. And now they're all senators.
He's not wrong.
Yep.
Obsasnik grew up mere miles from Bowie and Greenbelt and remembers very clearly the first time he heard the Goatman legend. He was in 7th grade and in the backseat of his friend's older brother's car. We would get rides. When we would act up in the backseat, they'd tell us to shut the hell up or they'll dump us on Fletchertown Road and the Goatman will get us. He became enamored of the story. So, the option to die at the hands of a goat man after being dumped off by your friend's older brother who's a dick really left a nice imprint on
Really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, really? He thought about it later?
While attending Roosevelt High School, Obsasnik and his friends would go goat man hunting. In fact, searching for the monster had become a local team
Come on,
obsession.
guys, leave the goat man alone.
Obsasnik describes Goatman parties on Fletchertown Road and nearby Crybaby Bridge on Lotsford Road like something out of Dazed and Confused. Halloween night 1979 was one of the craziest nights of my life, Obsasnik says. Also worth noting, Crybaby Bridge on Lotsford Road, named so for a woman who dropped her baby in there into the river and then hung herself from that bridge.
Yikes.
And now haunts it.
What a fun town.
What was the occasion?
Yeah, there's also possibly a goat man living under that bridge.
Spooky.
Spook.
Dr. Barry Pearson's a professor of folklore in the English department at the University of Maryland and was in charge of the aforementioned University of Maryland folklore archives.
He can be trusted.
Even today, he says, if I mention the goat man on the first day of class, all the locals know exactly what I'm talking about.
And then we can single out the townies.
It's what this has all been about.
Just getting the townies.
Get in the townies.
In 1987, Obsasnik started writing for Strange magazine and wasted no time getting to the Goat Man. In 94, he wrote what he thinks was the first thoroughly researched piece about the legend titled On the Trail of the Goat Man, which would later be expanded into a chapter of his book. He tracked down the Edwards family and the men who found Ginger. John Hayden told Obsasnik he and the others had seen an animal the night before. It was 6 feet tall, walked on 2 feet, and was hairy. Hayden also noticed that it made a high-pitched sound like a squeal. Obsasnik was also able to speak with April Edwards, Ginger's owner. People came here and called it folklore, but the papers made us out to be ignorant hillbillies who didn't know any better, Edwards said. But what I saw was real, and I know I'm not crazy. Whatever it was, I believe it killed my dog.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Obsasnik doesn't believe the Goat Man exists, of course. He's spent at least 3 decades researching the Goat Man obsessively. Does not believe in it. I can't believe in something until I see it with my own eyes, he says. He feels bad saying that because he genuinely believes that the people he's talked to saw something. I mean, anything's possible in this world, he says. Maybe there is a half-man, half-animal creature out there.
For sure.
Worth noting, this guy's the head of the Obscura Society DC, the real-world exploration arm of Atlas Obscura.
Hey, I mean,
Often comes up as sources for articles we see on this thing.
There's an important place for skeptics in a healthy mysterious ecosystem.
There is, because if there wasn't a skeptic, it'd be us three going, I saw something.
Oh, me too. Let's start shooting.
And someone does need to stop me and Jordan before we just start shooting the shadows.
And say, hey, okay, calm down.
I mean, that's a fact. You guys have been doing a lot of research in USDA facilities trying to mutate various shadows into things that, I mean, I'm just saying you guys got to watch out, you know?
Yes.
Sure.
You don't want to be on the wrong end of each other's weaponry.
True.
Oh, not particularly. Always wear your vest, Jordan. Wear your paranormal hunting vest.
Always. By Monstroco?
Yes, always by Monstroco.
Monstroco brand.
Monstroco
Paranormal Hunt Vest. Radioactive green from radiation.
Speaking of Atlas Obscura, we're now going to Atlas Obscura for the next Goatman.
Atlas Obscura.
This is the legend of the Pope Lick Trestle Bridge in Louisville, Kentucky.
Lick Trestle Bridge.
It's the Goatman Bridge today.
Bring it on down where the Goatman lives.
Like its part animal, part human brethren, such as the Jersey Devil and the Chupacabra, the Pope Lick monster's origins, real or otherwise, are unknown. But the deaths which have occurred at the bridge are well documented, usually thanks to thrill seekers looking for the beast. The home of the Pope Lick monster is said to be the Trestle Bridge on the Norfolk Southern Railway, which passes over the Pope Lick Creek in Kentucky. This is also a common thing with Goatmen. Almost all of them have a bridge that they live near or under.
Big troll vibes. Billy Goats, I get it.
Yeah, supposedly the monster
gruff.
has the body of a man. Exactly. Supposedly the monster has the body of a man and the lower torso of a goat or sheep. It is also said to have short horns protruding from its forehead. According to differing reports, the Goatman either uses hypnosis or some sort of siren voice to lure people onto the train tracks, where they're being run down by passing locomotives.
Whoa, crazy.
No, my canon, my Goatman canon is the canon that the Goatman sings its victims to it. What's that beautiful noise coming out from underneath the bridge?
I must go to.
And then here comes a train.
I must go to there.
I must go to there. Yeah.
I did find an article related to this about a guy named Dave Nee, who was a martial arts master.
Yes.
He was on a date with a girl
More
who was a real
kung
thrill
fu
seeker.
masters in the paranormal.
That rocks. I mean, who else do you want to encounter? Who better to encounter the Goatman? Come at me, bro.
Well, the story doesn't end very well. They
Oh,
were
no.
on their way to They were on their way to a ghost hunt at the Waverly Sanitarium, and the girl that was
that is a great
on
date.
the date with them.
Great date.
Yes, but she was first like, "Hey, I know about this Pope Lick Trestle where this Goatman lives. You want to go check that shit out?"
She's all like, I
And
know
they were
we're
like,
going
"Yeah,
to a ghost hunt,
of course.
but I can show
Yeah,
you something
but first-
real spooky."
Mm-hmm. You want to see something
Let's go legend
really scary?
hopping."
Yeah.
So they went over to the train trestle, and she may have heard the siren's lure because she was like, "We're gonna try and cross this 700-something foot skinny rail bridge."
Right.
They got out there, and of course, a train came. And according to the article, Dave Nee, using his martial arts prowess, leapt out of the way,
Come
grabbed
on.
the side of the bridge, and held on as the train rattled over him.
Okay.
His date, however, was struck by the train and tossed 80 feet into the ravine below, dying several times over, I would imagine. just by a train.
Dying a few times, yeah.
Yeah.
Dying.
So yeah, this
She fell to the ground where she died a lot.
so they did not find the Goatman, but this happens a lot apparently.
But they did not find a Goatman.
back to Atlas Obscura. In other stories, the Goatman drops down onto passing cars from within the trestles.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, these are all just legends. However, the truth is that there have been a number of people who have scaled the 8-foot fence to meet their end on or under the bridge while legend tripping, a pastime where amateur folklorists and monster hunters go in seek of their legends. Trains still rattle across the aging bridge, as we know. Legend or no, the Poplik monster may have claimed more lives than most myths.
Hell yeah. That's what
Wow.
I'm talking about.
Sure.
And then we'll do one more Goatman.
Fire it up, dude.
Fire it up, and then I got mine, and
This is-
it's going to get crazy.
This is the Proctor Valley Monster.
Okay.
Said to be 7 feet tall and a deranged cow.
Ah!
Proctor...
What the
Proctor
fuck?
Valley Monster. That's right. Deranged cow.
All right.
Yeah, he survived foot and mouth disease in the 90s, and
Is that
now he's
true?
nuts. The Proctor Valley Monster is no. Well, I mean, maybe. Who knows? It's a
Let's find-
monster.
Let's find out.
The Proctor Valley Monster provides numerous points of evidence for Goatman's existence, including a footprint.
Oh,
So, of all the Goatmen we've talked about, this is the one that has the most
the most
actual evidence.
Interesting.
The legend of the Proctor Valley Monster grew, and it is described as a 7-foot tall, hairy humanoid like a Bigfoot, or sometimes a cow-like animal with its body parts in the wrong place.
Fucking
Oh,
crazy.
what do they
Wow.
mean?
You know what they mean, dude.
Oh, udder on the head.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And worse.
Ball sacks on the jaw.
Sure. And worse.
Horns on the butt.
And worse.
Oh. Intestines
Butthole on
for
the
hair?
eye.
Yes.
Got
That's
it.
it.
Intestines for hair.
That was the one.
The Proctor Valley Monster is assumed to be responsible for the livestock mutilations that occur every now and then. The Bonita Museum in Chula Vista has a casting of a strange footprint alleged to be that of the monster. Almost identical to all Goatmen stories, the Proctor Valley Monster seems like a tale told around a campfire, just right for a Hollywood B movie.
Sure.
Yep.
A teenage couple go parking in the woods off Proctor Valley Road in the southeast corner of San Diego County in California.
Oh,
The
he
car
can't.
won't
Okay,
start.
I thought that was weird when you were like, he's known for killing lovers. I was like, his lovers?
All of
Listen,
the Goatmen.
Everyone loves a
have murdered some
bad goat
teenage
boy.
lovers.
Yeah. Yeah, what is he? Oh, he's an abusive cryptid? What is he, Marilyn Manson? Come on.
Whoa.
Who thought that guy would turn out to be a creep?
Who thought everyone's moms were right?
The car won't start. Or maybe they had a flat tire and the boy gets out to investigate, but he doesn't come back. The girl stays inside, terrified because she hears scratching on the outside of the car.
Oh.
Police find her the next day still hiding in the car. The boyfriend? He's dead.
As
Torn and
hell.
bloody, dangling from a tree
Ooh, hey.
while his hands brush the car, producing scratching noises.
Like a dick.
He could have warned her.
Fucking
The story
dead,
sometimes
dead like a dick.
The story sometimes has mysterious huge footprints found nearby. A local psychiatrist who once lived in Alpine quite seriously claims to have seen a Bigfoot-type creature in the hills near his house. The doctor is shied away from publicity, saying he wants to write his own book on the events.
Sure.
But third-hand accounts say he described a 6 or 7 foot tall hairy creature accompanied by 2 similar critters. He made a plaster cast of a footprint 16 inches long and 8 inches wide.
Wow.
He also related many strange happenings and sounds around his home. Park rangers and other investigators could never confirm the sightings, but plenty of campers, area residents, and even a sheriff's deputy claimed to have seen some large, hairy thing tromping the hills of Alpine.
Tromping.
Tromping all over the place.
It's Trump doing.
One investigator into Bigfoot phenomena notes that nearby Viejas Indians have a legend of a similar creature that guards its burial grounds.
Dude, you know I love historical precedent.
Yes. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much as I do. Have at thee.
It's also worth noting in some other articles I found about several of these goatmen, a lot of them seem to be wielding axes and attacking cars.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
They'll just pop out, kind of like the Bunny Man,
That's insane.
tossing hatchets at teens.
That's full on like fantasy monster shit. Like fucking, like that's something you kill. That's like a level 10 quest in The Witcher.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This area has a sighting of a strange beast. Go take care of it. So what I'm suggesting we go up and
like
take care of it.
especially the Beltsville, Maryland guy, the mutant USDA worker who transformed himself into a goat.
Mhm.
That guy is often seen wielding an axe.
Mm.
Axes are menacing. Like if I'm gonna come at you and I have a choice of weapons, I'm going to go axe 8 times out of 10.
All right.
And then
so,
the other 2, I'm going staff of Knarth.
All right,
is
but
that?
what would you do
It's the
for it
staff
5
of
times?
Knarth.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, I mean, there are more goatmen out there and sheeple.
Sheeple, if you will. Yeah, there
So,
are.
you know, if you want to
Hit us up, Rogan.
If you want to go do some DMT near a covered bridge, just wait for a train to come by. You'll probably see a goat man with a Joe Rogan face.
Okay, now now I gotta ask you guys.
Sure.
So this is a creature that we could potentially mount a search for, a hunt for. Let's say we were going for the goat man. What are you bringing? Let's say money's not an object. We'll dip into the fortune. What's going in the cart?
Thermal.
Obviously.
It seems like a night thing. I need
Great
thermal.
move. I love it. That's a great move. But I assume you mean long underwear, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
to keep me warm. We're at night in the middle of the
night
woods.
thing.
It's gonna get cold.
You'd be crazy. What about thermal goggles?
Oh, I didn't think of that. I'm gonna switch the thermal underwear for
Okay,
thermal
perfect.
goggles. That's
Great move.
genius.
I think that's a great move.
All right, I think we're gonna need noise-canceling headphones just to avoid the siren-like
The siren's call.
voice.
Now we could also go full on Odysseus and just do the wax in our ears.
Oh
We
yeah.
could.
But I have a bit of an ear problem.
Honestly, I think if we can black out all of our perceptions, that's, you know, largely the way that we're going to find it.
That's the best way. Only know if we see the goat man by bumping into its hairy arms.
Exactly.
And then we start
Or
kissing.
maybe not even
and
that.
now we're kissing.
Maybe
now
just
we're
hit a
kissing.
tree.
Turns out this was actually a no-hand sex party with the goat man down at the bridge.
February indeed. We all knew it was going to happen.
We're going down to the pulpit to have a bump and grind with the trestle.
Yep. So protection, number 1. He does seem to be wielding an axe, that's tough. What do you do about axe? I think maybe even a small combat shield. If somebody wants to engage in hand-to-hand combat with me, I want one arm. It's not how I play my D&D characters, but I want one arm to be able to be fully devoted to blocking, you know, and then I can hack at the other one. And honestly, my other one might even be one of those shotguns with an axe blade on it, so I can hack, kaboom, shoot at him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
All
good way
right.
to go.
Riot helmet.
Train car. I mean, why don't we have our own train?
Okay, well, that's a little bit more than I think we're budgeted for. I know there's a lot in the fortune, but
what if it's one of those like cartoon train cars where it's 2 people have to like pump the lever?
Now we're talking. Yes, and we could even, we would probably even have enough money to put like the Werewolf Radar emblem on it or something.
Yeah. We put a big Werewolf Radar logo face, like the front of the Goblin truck from Maximum Overdrive, on our pump track
Great
train,
minds,
whatever
dude.
you call it.
Great minds.
Great minds think alike. Well, should we wrap up this episode?
I think we're gonna wrap this episode up right now.
With a little short story. This is more of a discussion piece. Okay. I found from
a
the
think
Tulsa
piece.
World.
It's about racism. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, a bunch of people just rated us in Twitch, and now we're talking about racism. No, from Tulsa World, we have a letter to the editor, and then it is entitled "Voting for Bigfoot After Hunting Season."
Okay. Well, I mean, why is that why is that specified? Is it okay to vote for him before hunting season, or?
Well, let's go into this piece for sure. It's written by Philip H. Viles, Jr. of Tulsa.
Philip K. Dick. Get ready. It gets fucking weird.
Dick's mad again. All right. So, I was so relieved to read that State Representative Justin Humphrey clarified the intent of his legislation by saying, "I want to be really clear that we are not going to kill Bigfoot."
Okay.
You may recall that Oklahoma has declared a Bigfoot hunting season.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. That fills in a big gap in my knowledge.
Now, they are not going to kill Bigfoot. We are going to trap a live Bigfoot. You heard it here first. Philip H. Viles Jr. will catch a live Bigfoot.
Good fucking luck.
Yes. The toast of Tulsa.
The toast of Tulsa. Philip H. Viles
This
Jr.
motherfucker is gonna get Wile E. Coyote so hard by Bigfoot, and I can't wait.
100%.
You want to talk about a virtual pirate web? No, net. Sorry, this guy's gonna get cast up in his own pie trap. I say.
Oh, for sure. So, however, he goes on. However, he did not say that what we are going to do with a live Bigfoot.
You know, whatever you want.
It's yours now. You captured it.
You take it home. Scare it with the four-wheeler.
So, I assume that Bigfoot will then be brought to the state capitol.
No shit, dog.
My question, and this was published by the Tulsa World, I can only assume legitimate Tulsa newspaper. My question, will Bigfoot have to run for the position of state representative, or will he automatically become a state representative?
You're not...
Wait, why is that a presupposed... If you capture a cryptid, does it automatically qualify for...
Because this man has just revealed himself to be a complete nincompoop, is why. This is the type of shit that you expect from people who are like, well, like, what are you going to do with it when you catch it? Well, I'll take it to the president. What? Why?
Well, hold up, though. Maybe he's playing a smart long game.
Sure.
And he's an undercover Bigfoot, and once he has it on paper that the Bigfoot automatically ascends to a mayorship or governorship or representative, whatever, he just captures himself,
fucking
quote
unquote,
genius,
dude,
and automatically gets appointed.
Unbelievable. That's genius, honestly.
He could become the Marjorie Tulsa Green.
Okay.
Bringing his cryptid theories into
sure
about space lasers and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, if there is an intelligence test for state representatives, perhaps Bigfoot and Representative Humphrey could take it together, sitting side by side for mutual assistance.
I think that lends credence to undercover Bigfoot theory.
Yeah, that
maybe they could be in the same room together.
Truly.
Oh,
well,
phenomenal.
Guys, I think...
Yeah, that's it. It's just another crazy political editorial I found centered around a furry cryptid. Last week, I found the werewolf party.
They're not gonna kill Bigfoot, so you can stop picketing. They're gonna. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if you caught Bigfoot?
Oh, Kong him on Broadway.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I want to see the first 6 hours before your name's up in lights, before you're conging him on Broadway, the Beast and Nate Balding, you know?
Yeah.
It's got a good ring to it.
Before the lights, camera action. What does the first 6 hours look like? You find, oh my God, the fucking Bigfoot trap that Werewolf Radar put in redacted
yes,
in the state of redacted is full. Holy shit, we got a hit. The cameras are green. The Bigfoot's in the cage. Boys, the genie's in the bottle. What do we do?
All right. Cosmopolitan acclimation montage. What kind of foods does he not want to eat that he throws across the, he's pulling shrimp out, piecing them apart. He's got to try on a bunch of different clothes that don't fit.
Yeah,
Some
remember,
a little 280s.
Remember, this Bigfoot's running for Senate.
He's doing cross colors and shit. We're like, no, Bigfoot, you can't.
What does he land on? What does he land on?
I mean, ultimately, it's gonna have to be like a Givenchy suit or something.
Sure.
But,
yeah, absolutely. He comes out very dapper.
Yeah.
tugging at the cuff. Whoa, Bigfoot! Everybody claps. Yeah, I see it. Wild. Guys, well, there you have it. That does it for yet another episode of Werewolf Radar. Keep watching those radars. Keep watching the skis, as they used to say on what was that show? In Search Of? Keep watching the skies.
Keep watching the skis.
It does seem like skis, doesn't it? It's like when you have to write dildos.
Mm-hmm.
The multiple of dildos. It looks like dildos.
Yeah. Well, it's actually dildi.
I had to write it recently. I like that this comes up in our life. I'm involved in dildos without borders. I try to get sex toys
as long
as
as crossing that border is consensual. I don't give a fuck what the border is, man.
Absolutely.
That's up to you.
That's
Indeed.
every time they stop it at the border, they lube it up, they get consent, and then they back it on in. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this particularly weirdly erotic at the end episode of Werewolf Radar. Thank you so much to our patrons for hanging out
in the Dark Council.
The Zoom room, the Dark Council, A from Beyond, K Hammond, Adam P, kicking it in the Zoom room. If you are a member of the Dark Council, you too can come and kick it in the Zoom room and see all of the links when we drop them. You can also see A from Beyond brandishing a hatchet.
Wielding a hatchet.
he's brandishing it for sure.
Hell yeah. Thanks everyone on Twitch who came. Our first Twitch stream of the show. Appreciate it.
We expect more.
Thank you to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers for our intro and outro song. And thank you to you, the listener, for rating us on iTunes and telling your friends about the show.
You can watch this chopped up on of course, on YouTube, our visuals, our smiling faces.
Mm-hmm. You can chop it up for your own weird
chopped and screwed.
Yeah. Edit it. We don't care. Do what you got to do. Do the butthole cut. I'm kidding. Until next time, as always, punch the skies, Spaceman Joe.